guys, welcome back to my living room. We're going to do a little flow today that will help with any tightness, hopefully through the neck and shoulders. Just opening us through the chest a little bit, and of course getting a little bit of lower body action as well. So it should only go for about 30 minutes or so, so you can get on with the rest of your day. Of course, if you don't have enough time to do the whole thing, you can do it in sections. That's absolutely fine as well. So we're going to get started in a kneeling position, so facing the end of your mat. I'm going to pop on my music, and of course if you have any that you would like to play, please feel free. So just kneeling here if that's comfortable. If you prefer to sit cross-legged, do that instead. We're just going to sit with the hands on the thighs, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. And then let's start to take some shoulder shrugs. So you're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, peel them back away from the ears, and then down your spine. So let's lift up, back, and down. Now your shoulders might feel a little bit crunchy here, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Smoothing out the movement. It does not have to be a huge shrug of the shoulders. And let's bring the hands to the shoulders, and we'll start to circle the elbows. So still finding that openness through the chest. Drawing those shoulders down away from the ears as you roll those elbows back. And then if you have more space, you can open your arms wide and take big arm circles. Let's just do two more like this. Last one. Reach up and back. Bring your hands behind your lower back. Clasp your fingers together to make a little fist. And then press your knuckles towards the floor. Peel your shoulders back, open through the chest. And then releasing down. Sweep your arms up as you lift your hips up. Take a little turn to your right, to left hand forward, right hand back. And then sink your bottom down, hand to the floor. Press your left arm to the ceiling as you lift your hips, finding that little back bend. And then lower the hips down, reach the arms to the ceiling. Twist to your left. Sink the hips down, hand down, flip that front palm, lift the hips. Make it nice and small, it doesn't have to be huge. And then let's windmill the hands down to the floor, finding a little child's pose here. And lifting yourself up to 4-point kneeling to find your cat-cow. We'll dip the belly, arching the spine, lifting tailbone, lifting your chest forward. And then round through the spine, tuck that tailbone under, belly scooping up. Two more like that. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Last one. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Let's find our flat back and go for our thread of the needle. So right arm to ceiling, inhale. Exhale, thread underneath that left side. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, reaching up. Thread it through. We're going to reach up to the ceiling one more time, and then reach your hand back towards your hip. Circle your hand all the way down to the floor. Left arm to ceiling. Thread it through. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. Last one. Thread it through. We reach the ceiling. Sweep that hand back towards your hip. Keep circling it around. All the way to the floor. Beautiful. We're going to take our right leg behind us here. And then I want you to sweep your leg out to the side. Bring it back. So you can have your foot sort of sliding along the floor, staying in contact the whole time. If you're on carpet, that will probably not feel very comfortable, but you can lift and then tap the toes, lift and tap the toes. Or for a little extra challenge, you're gonna float that leg the whole way around so it doesn't touch the floor. I want you to notice here what's happening through your pelvis. So as you take your leg to the side, are you starting to lean into your supporting leg? Can you press through that supporting shin as well as your hands to keep yourself in this nice, what is now a 3-point kneeling position? Back and to the side. One more time. Take it out to the side. Bring it back. Pull that knee in underneath your hip. We're going to go for a little fire hydrant. So you're going to take that right leg out to the side. Bring it back to center. Don't let it rest on the floor. Lift out and down. Lift out and down. If you start to feel this in your left supporting side, in those glutes, perfect. It means you are using that side to stabilize and you're not sinking into that left hip. Draw the belly in. 2 more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, hold. Can you wrap that thigh back? So now you've got your knee behind your thigh. Your shin might be parallel to the wall behind you. Toes pointed. Let's go for little pulses here for 8. For 6. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down. We'll take it straight to the other side. Left leg back. Slide those toes around to the left. Take it back behind you. So again, sliding around. You can keep your toes in contact with the floor. You can tap the toes to the back, tap the toes to the front. Try not to lift your leg too high because then you'll start to overcompensate through the right side. Or you can start to just float that leg the whole way around. All the way around to the left, all the way behind. Exhale to take that leg out to the side. Inhale to bring it back. 2 more like that. Take it out. Bring it back. Take it out. Bring it back. Hold it. Knee comes down. We lift out into our fire hydrant. Left knee out to the side and down. Out to the side and down. So essentially we're doing like a 4-point kneeling clam. So you want to watch you're not dipping into your right supporting side here. Try to keep your right hip bone pointing straight to the floor. Squeeze, exhale. Inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We're going to hold this last one. Wrap your thigh back behind you. Watch you're not opening through your pelvis. Keep that pelvis nice and square. And then we go for those little lifts up, 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 up. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee down. Find a child's pose. Tent those fingers. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. You can give those wrists a little roll around if you like. And then bringing the hands back to the floor. We're going to tuck the toes, but keep your bottom back towards your heels. So in this little crouch position. If you've done my stretch class, this will be a familiar move for you. We're going to push through the hands, keep the chest pressing down towards your thighs. I want you to hover your knees as you exhale. Draw the belly in, and then lift your hips high, finding your down dog. We're going to lift the heels, ripple forward to your plank, hold for a moment, and then drop the knees, send the hips back, find that little child's pose. Toes stay tucked. 2 more like that. We exhale, draw the belly in, lift the knees, unfold the legs, lift those hips nice and high, ripple forward to your plank, drop the knees down, and send your bottom back. Last one, we lift the knees, unfold those legs, ripple forward. Let's hold our plank for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips high and just simply step your right foot in between your hands. We're going to lift ourselves up into a nice hinged lunge. So you want this nice long diagonal shape through the body. Chin slightly tucked in, crown of the head nice and long. From here, I want you to stay folding forward, keep this front knee bent, bend your back knee. And then straighten your front knee, noticing that nothing changes through the position of the torso. Straighten your back knee, bend your front knee. So back knee bends, front knee straightens, back knee straightens, front knee bends. So it's a bend, a stretch, and a bend. Bend, stretch, stretch, bend. So as you move through the legs, try not to lift the chest. You're still tilting forward. Make sure you are breathing, building heat into your front glutes. So the front leg should be your right leg. And you're feeling this now, building heat into that right glute. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Hold your lunge here. Sweep your hands back behind you and then draw a big circle. Reach the arms forward. Reach back. Reach forward. Reach back. 2 more. Reach forward. Reach back. Noticing what's happening through the shoulder blades. Can you keep them drawing down your back? Hands reach behind you. Slide that left foot in, lifting up into a nice high standing position. Maybe left toes stay on the floor. Maybe your knee lifts in line with your hip. And then we twist to the left. Opening left arm, right arm to the front, left arm to the back. Come back to center. Find your lunge. Sweep forward. Can you come straight up into that balance? Twist to your left. Come back to center. Take it back. 1 more time. Coming up. Twist. As you come to center, holding here, drop your left foot to the floor. Take your hands behind you, opening your chest. Draw the belly in. Watch you're not arching your back. Chest stays forward. Spine is long. Let's go for little pulses in our chair. So watching you're not sticking your bum behind you and kind of twerking here and bouncing through the knees. You want to take these little pulses, heavy through the hips, the pelvis, nice and strong through the legs. We're wrapping those shoulders back, drawing those ribs down to the hips. Now let's start to go for a little triceps twist. We're going to twist those arms, rotating hands to floor, hands to ceiling. Or should I say palms to floor, palms to ceiling. So noticing here what's happening through your shoulders, the fronts of your shoulders. Watch them not rounding forward and back. You're keeping the chest open and rotating the whole arm, but keeping the heads of your shoulders as still as possible. Keep reaching the arms back around hip height if you can. Let's do 5. Heavy through those feet and legs. Last 3. Last 2. Whew. Last 1. Hold. Take your right leg back. So now we're finding our lunge on the other side. Hands to hips. Let's bend back knee. Straighten front knee. Straighten back knee. Bend front. So it's a bend, stretch, stretch, bend, bend, stretch, stretch, bend. Making sure you continue to breathe. Try not to hold that breath. All that weight really coming into that front leg. Feeling this left side now stabilizing, supporting you. Watching that those shoulders aren't starting to round forward. Oh, where are we at? Straighten, straighten. All right, 2 more rounds. Last one here. We're going to hold our lunge. Sweep your hands back behind you. This time maybe palms face up. See how that feels as you reach forward, bring your fingertips together, your pinky fingers, sweep back. So now we've got a little bit of internal rotation for the shoulders. Still notice the shoulder blades as they separate. Your hands reach forward, squeeze the shoulders together as the hands reach back. Let's do 3, 2, last one. Sweep the hands back behind you, sweep the arms straight forward as you slide that right foot in, finding that little mini balance. You might lift your right knee all the way up to be in line with your hip. Then we twist to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. Find center, and then find that lunge, nice and smooth. Coming up, maybe coming straight into your balance. Twist, center, lunge. 2 more, lift, twist, center, lunge. Last one, lift, twist, center. Let's find that chair pose, reach the arms back behind you, pulsing through the legs. Let's go back to those tricep twists. Flip the palms. Just watching you're not just flipping your wrists around, whole arm rotating from where it sits in your shoulder all the way down to the fingers. Maybe start to add a little lift of the heel one at a time as you pulse. Working a little bit more into those calves. Let's do 8. Last 6. Just for 4. 3, 2. Last one, hold it here, reach to the ceiling, nice big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Let's turn to face the side of our mat. Toes turned out about 10 and 2 o'clock, so not too big of a turnout here. We're going to come down to a nice deep plie. Shoulders stay over the pelvis. We're sliding our back down that imaginary wall, and then we reach to the ceiling. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Let's do 3, 2. Last one, we're going to come down, hold here, arms come out in front into your first position, like you're hugging a big beach ball in front of your chest. We're just going to take tiny little pulses, down and down. So our last little bit of standing, we're going to come down onto our backs for the rest of the time. Let's lift our right heel up, pulsing through those hips, lower it down, left heel up. Left heel down. One more each side. And to the left. Hold it here. Can you lift both heels? If not, both heels can stay down. Holding here, can you open those arms wide, squeeze your shoulder blades? Bring the hands back to center. 2 more, open and close. Last one, open. This time we lower the heels, straighten the knees, lift the arms overhead. Beautiful, turning back to face the top of your mat. Send your right foot back, lift your hips high into that down dog. Pedal through your feet. And then we're just going to come down onto our knees, cross your ankles, roll over onto your bottom. Scoot forward and then slowly rolling down onto your back. So knees pointing to the ceiling, feet hip distance apart, nice and parallel. We're going to go for some bent knee fallouts. So what we do here is keep the feet where they are. We're going to keep our right knee pointing to the ceiling. Hands come down by your side. Maybe a little bit wider is fine. Just noticing what's happening through your spine here. So we're in a supported position, so we don't have to imprint and push our back down. Ideally, you want to have that nice natural curve underneath your lower back. Drawing the belly in and up. We're going to take that left knee out towards the left side of the room, squeezing the side of your glutes and drawing your belly in. Noticing what happens through your right knee. Try to keep it pointing straight up. Exhale, squeeze that left knee back to position. And then right leg goes out to the side. Squeeze it back. So it's quite a simple movement. The challenge is keeping that knee that's staying pointing to the ceiling nice and still. I want you to imagine you're lifting up from your pubic bone to your belly button, and then you're drawing a horizontal line from one hip bone towards the other, and both hip bones are drawing in towards your belly button. And then where both of those lines meet, that vertical line from the pubic bone to belly button, and that horizontal line going in between your hip bones, where those points meet, you're drawing down towards the spine and up in towards the rib cage. So it's a drawing in and up of the abdominals. If that doesn't make sense, you're more than welcome to send me a message or make a comment in the video below in the chat box, and we can discuss. All right, let's do one more each side, to the left and to the right. Lovely. From here, let's take the right leg to the ceiling. Point those toes, keep that knee nice and straight if you can. If you need to, a little bend is absolutely fine. We're going to lower that leg down towards the floor. Externally rotate from your thigh. So thigh rolls out to the right, knee rolls out to the right, and lower leg and foot. And then we circle that leg around, up, all the way above the hip, bring back to parallel. So we lower down with the foot in parallel, and the whole leg rotates out. Sweep it around, big circle. Nice. So again, we're watching this left knee. Keep drawing that T shape through the abdominals. So that horizontal line, that vertical line, drawing in and up. Keeping that rocking of the pelvis to a minimum. Really giving my poor pot plant a bit of a kick around here. If you've got the room, it's great. Let's do one more. Down, circle around, and up. Lovely. Bend that knee, toes come down, left leg to the ceiling, lower down, circle around, and up. Down, circle around, and up. So we externally rotate the leg here. So then you get a little bit of more work through the inner thigh of the working leg, the moving leg. So in this case, my left inner thigh is being utilized to lift my leg back to the ceiling. So you want to keep drawing the belly in, abdominals connecting your thigh into your pelvis, but getting a little bit of work for those adductors on the left leg. Let's just do 3. It feels really nice when you start to really feel into that rotation through the thigh as well. Last one. Lifting up, bend the knee, lower down, lovely. Plant those feet hip distance apart. Let's take a little tuck of that tailbone. So drawing your pubic bone towards your belly button, push down through your heels, peel up through your spine. Holding here, finding that nice diagonal shape from knees down to the chest. Draw your knees over your toes. Go for a little dip of the hips down, squeeze to lift. Little lower, squeeze to lift. I want you to see if you can lower your hips down or your glutes down that inch without letting go of them. So keep drawing that energy through the glutes. Keep pushing through the heels. Keep driving those knees over your toes. Let's do 3, 2. We're going to hold at the top. I want you to open your knees just a couple of inches. Squeeze them back to parallel. Open, close. Open, close. Maybe arms are reached to the ceiling so that you're not using them to hold you up. Keep squeezing your bottom. Watch you're not arching your back. So ribs heavy, draw the belly in, squeeze that butt, draw those knees over those toes. Let's do 3, 2, last one, hold here. Melt down through the spine, slowly lower the hands down to the floor. Beautiful. If you need to hug the knees in, extend the legs to the ceiling, totally fine. Alrighty, so last little bit here for our abdominals. We're going to take our hands behind our head, interlace the fingers. Head is heavy in those hands. Little tuck of the chin, feel the back of your neck lengthen, shoulders drawing down away from ears. Now, of course, if you have super terrible neck tension, do not lift your head and shoulders here. I'll give you something else to do. If you're okay with your head and shoulders, we're going to tuck that chin, exhale, lift up into your abdominal curl, and then inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So if lifting head and shoulders is no good, I would like you to do single leg lifts. So this is still challenging abdominals because you're lifting your legs above your hips. Otherwise, you are going for your abdominal curl. And then if you would like to, from here, you can lift your legs to tabletop, curling up. You might like to take your hands out from behind your head, reach your hands to the ceiling, and pretend you're on a reformer. If you're a reformer fan, kind of feels like having your hands in straps. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Exhale up, watching that those thighs and knees are staying stacked over your hips. Exhale up, inhale down. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold here on 1. Extend one knee long. Grab a hold of the other leg and then switch. So single leg extensions, little knee stretches. If you need to, head and shoulders can come down. Absolutely fine. Beautiful. Keep breathing here. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Hug knees to chest. Lower all the way down. Awesome. Let's all bring our legs to tabletop. If you need to, feet come back to the floor. We lift one leg and then the other. So here, trying to get your shins parallel to the floor, draw the belly in. Now we're imprinting through the spine because the feet are unsupported. Hands come out nice and wide in that upside down V. And we're going to go for a little pendulum to finish. So I'm going to take knees to one side, watching you're not arching your back and pushing your ribs forward. Keep those ribs closing down. Extend your top knee and then come back through center. Bend. So if this feels okay, keep going with this version with the leg extending. If that feels too much, just stick with both knees staying bent. It's a tiny bit easier, keeping your levers, your legs, a little bit shorter. Take it over to the side. Maybe extend that top knee, keep the knees glued together. Back to center, bend. Take it to the other side. Extend that knee. Draw the belly in. Exhale as you come back. Bend. 2 more each side. Extend. Back to center. Bend. So just working through the obliques into that rotation through the spine. Last one. Coming back to center. Bend the knees, hug them in. Go for some nice big knee circles here. Not so sweaty today. Alrighty, let's take our left foot down, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. This might be enough here for your right glutes to get a stretch. Otherwise, you're going to pick up that left knee, hugging it in towards your chest. Try to keep your tailbone down on the floor, so spine is nice and long. Maybe you'll need a little bit more, and you can push your right knee away from you using your right elbow or your right hand, and then you're going to pull that left knee in towards you. So you're getting that little bit of a twist through the glutes, getting a little bit more of a stretch into that right side. Taking one more breath. You're going to keep that right ankle on your left thigh. You're going to lower your left foot to the floor, cross your right thigh all the way over your left. Take your arms out as wide as you've got room for, and then take your knees to the left and your gaze to the right. Oof. Maybe a few little cracks and clunks. As long as they're not painful, it might actually feel like a nice release here. Getting that twist. Maybe a bit of a reset through the pelvis. Taking one more breath. And then come back through center, uncross the legs, and we'll take that figure four, so glute stretch on the other side. So left ankle on right thigh. Let's pick it up if you need it. And remembering you can always keep this foot down on the floor. Tailbone is nice and long. Maybe pressing your left thigh away with your left elbow or your left hand. Taking nice deep breaths here. Maybe using your exhale to try and get a little bit more of a stretch into that left side. One more breath in and out. Slowly lower your right foot to the floor. Cross your left thigh all the way over. Arms go nice and wide. And then knees go over to the right. Gaze to the left. Again, just letting your legs be nice and heavy. Don't force the twist. Taking one more breath. And slowly coming back through center. We'll uncross the legs. Go for a little sway of the knees, just gently from side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. However you want to get there, you can rock and roll, you can roll to one side. We're going to come up to seated and finding your kneeling position. So hips or sit bones on your heels, hands on those thighs, feeling those shoulder shrugs up, back and down. Maybe bringing your hands to your shoulders, finding those elbow circles. And then maybe reaching the arms long, finding those big arm circles. Taking one more nice deep breath in as you reach, out as the hands come down. Take those hands behind your lower back, interlace the fingers, making that fist. Press those knuckles down to the floor as you wrap the shoulders back, opening the chest. Sit bones nice and heavy on those heels. And then releasing the hands down. We're going to reach up, reach those hips, reach the hands to the ceiling, lift your hips off your heels, and then we'll twist to the right. We're going to hold here, come back to center, to the left, back to center one more time, to the right, center, left, center. This time we'll go for that back bend. So twist to the right, start to sink the hips down, right hand to the floor, push through that hand as you lift those hips, opening through the front of that left side of the pelvis. Slowly sinking hips down, reach hands to ceiling, lift the hips up. Twist to your left, lower the hips down, hand comes to the floor, lifting those hips, lift that right arm up. Making sure you squeeze your bum here to support the back. Coming all the way down, windmill your hands back to the floor. Slide your shoulders down away from your ears, go for a little lift of the chest, and a release. 2 more, lift the chest, maybe the hands sliding a little closer towards you, and release. 1 more time, lift, and release. Slowly round yourself up, roll those shoulders up, back and down, giving everything a nice little wiggle. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit more loose through the neck, through the waist, through the hips and the glutes. If you need to do any more stretches, please feel free to do that. Don't forget there are some shorter 10-minute videos I've popped up here as well. So if you don't have the time to dedicate a whole half hour to a class, feel free to take those shorter videos. Otherwise, like I said earlier, you can just do this video in sections if you prefer. Have a great day, and I'll